Welcome to the second in the NeuroCyber Neurodiversity 101 series. Today we're talking about a concept that is dear to my heart and is one that the NeuroCyber board firmly believes in, the concept of NAUWU. NAUWU, nothing about us without us. As a concept, really it's simple. It's about including the people at the table that are going to be affected by any process or policy that you are making. So, for example, if you were deciding what the environment of your workplace was going to be, including the people that are working in that workplace is pretty essential because you want people to be in an environment that they're going to thrive in. So, for example, if I was asked, I would say, I would like a way to eliminate noise as much as possible from my workplace because it really distracts me. So whether that's headphones or having some silent booths, whatever it might be that is physically possible for your business to accommodate, that's going to let me thrive. Other people thrive in a busy environment that actually makes their brain spark. And they would probably go, well, actually, I want to be in the noise pit. I want to be in an environment where it's open plan and I can hear people's ideas, and that's going to thrive and make my ideas spark. So it's not about a one size fits all, but it is about having everybody around the table. Now, why that relates to NeuroCyber and why that made me want to join their board is when Mike Spain founded the organization, which he did to increase the likelihood that his own son, who was autistic, would have more opportunities in the future in our industry. He wanted to make sure that the people around the table had first-hand lived experience of the various neurological traits that he wanted to increase and support. So that's what he did. And I'm really proud to say that NeuroCyber has then been able to contribute to the thoughts of government and the thoughts of our industry bodies in how to best include people that think differently in our industry. So why is nothing about us without us important? And why is neurodiversity important? And what is neurodiversity? So if you haven't tuned in for the first episode, you can rewatch that and you'll find out. But I'll very, very briefly cover neurodiversity just in case you haven't really encountered it too much or what it means. So neurodiversity is really the different ways of looking at the world that we have when we're all put together. So the different brain types, the different ways of thinking that we're hardwired with. So when people talk about increasing neurodiversity, they often talk about it in a way that refers to neurodivergent people. So that might be dyslexics, dyspraxics, folks that are autistic, and a whole host of things that you can see, ADHD, OCD, Tourette's. But what they often don't think about is that neurodiversity includes neurotypical people, just like ethnic diversity includes white people. So neurodiversity is literally the mental melting pot that you have in your organization to increase various people's ways of thinking and ensure that you have more ideas at the table when you are innovating or when you are wanting to be resilient against threat or attack. So attackers come in all different flavors, and I think most people would acknowledge that they don't all think the same. So if you're going to be able to think like an attacker to defeat them, you want a wide variety of thought types and experiences at your table. And that's the same if you're innovating. If you have people that all come from a similar background, they're going to maybe miss things that other people might spot. So for example, the first Apple iWatch didn't work very well for women because the designers had forgotten to account for periods and how that changes our body temperature and things like that. So diversity works in all kinds of ways, but today we're talking about neurodiversity and the concept of inclusion. So inclusion is about success. Inclusion is a success metric because statistics say so, and because every business owner really understands that. So for example, there is a book called First Break All the Rules, which was written by Gallup. And for those who don't know who Gallup is, they are an organization that is world recognized for their ability to analyze things, including success, in really granular, metricized ways. And what they did is they analyzed things like Fortune 100 and 500 companies and the best managers in those companies that had the most significant results in terms of growth and success. And then they went, what do these people do that the other people don't do that is creating this difference? And they spent a lot of time analyzing that. And they came up with the concept that of when you let people thrive, and by thriving, I mean work in ways that suit them, they are more successful for you as a business. And the way that works, the first two basics that I don't think anybody here would disagree with is, for somebody to thrive, they need to know what it is you want them to do. So they need to know what their goal is. And they have to have the tools to accomplish that goal. That's the very baseline. It's like Maslow's hierarchy of business success. That's the very baseline. They need to know what they're trying to achieve and have the tools to do it. And so NAUWU, the concept of nothing about us without us, of including people around the table when you are setting up how are you going to achieve this, is really about ensuring that they have those tools for success, because nobody knows as well as yourself as to what things you need to be successful. And so a great manager, not a good manager, but a great manager, will have those conversations with their individual team members and teams and go, how can I make my environment and my workplace and the processes in my workplace work for people that are different in their ways of thinking and approach, and make sure that we haven't got a one-size-fits-all environment, because you will be then stifling your business rather than allowing it to thrive. So just like plants, people need different environments to survive. So if you're a cactus, you might want it where you don't have lots of other surroundings. If you're somebody that thrives in a border full of vibrancy, then that's the sort of environment that your manager will try and ensure that you get. What NeuroCyber has been doing is working with organizations such as NCSC and government organizations and industry bodies like CREST and IASC to increase neurodiversity and the support for neurodivergent stroke neuroatypical people in our industry, so that we can help increase innovation, so that we can help increase resilience, so that we can help increase our ability to defend our networks. And in doing that with people, including everybody at the table that's going to be affected by the decisions that industry makes, we're helping create positive conversations, inclusive conversations, and helping to change the future of what our industry will look like. So I really hope that you will tune in next time when we're talking about processes and policies and how to have those positive conversations. And I look forward to seeing you then. In the meantime, if you want some really great reading, I've just done a review on my LinkedIn of a book called The Neurodiverse Workplace by Victoria Honeybourne, which is a great starting point, particularly for UK companies, as it includes a lot of the most recent legislation around supporting neurodiversity in the workplace. So thank you very much, and hope to see you next month.